Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Story from the Streets. And before I get started on my story, I want to make a quick little announcement. First of all, thank you for tuning in, and let me get on with the little announcement. So, as you know, the South Bay Bike Rider, it's predominantly about cycling related stuff. Little odds and ends, a little bit of history here, going out to locations, things like that. Maybe doing a review on bags, cycling products. Nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm about. But there's other hobbies and interests that I'm interested in presenting, and along with the South Bay Bike Rider endeavors that I'm doing. Here's what I want to do. Here is the plan. This is an experiment because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to broaden my horizons. Because the cycling community, it's a broad range. It's popular. It's getting popular, and there's a lot of cycling enthusiasts, which is good, which is great. But I want to branch out other things, other venues besides cycling. Like for instance, I'm interested in like photography, music. Now I'm getting back into the playing drums, and I also like playing guitar. So what I want to do is kind of like incorporate all my other interests along with cycling. Kind of mesh it all together, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And that way I get other audiences besides the cycling community. There's the music community. And also I'm an actor, so I want to get, other actors involved in my world. So I have a lot of interest, and it's cycling, it's artistic, it's all related, it's all in the art form, in the art realm, because I just think it all ties in. And plus, those are the things that I'm interested in. I'm also a creative writer, so there's a whole range of stuff that I want to get out there and share with you guys. And let's see where it goes, because I just think that I can get a lot more. Sorry, my leg itches. I've been writing now for the last 2 days after being on a 2-week hiatus. But I don't know why my leg itches. And it's not that leg that you're... Never mind. Anyways. And I also like comedy. So... there's just so much I can present to you guys besides cycling that it'll just open a lot of doors, and I just want to see where it can take me. So with that said, let's move forward to the story. Now, this is something I'm passionate about as well. Like I said, I'm getting back into the drums. Playing the drums, and I used to work at a drum shop back in the day. And so here's the story, and this is wild because I was not expecting this. So yeah, man, it just needs to be told. It's just something that it just gives me goosebumps. It's just, so here it goes. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups in drum related stuff, and recently, I had bought a Camco cymbal stand, a vintage Camco cymbal stand over at the Professional Drum Shop in Hollywood. And whenever you see a Camco product, pick it up, because they are sought after, and you can sell them for a pretty decent amount of money. It all depends on condition. This one was, it's in decent condition. The cymbal stand is in pretty good condition. Something that it's light, and it's easy to take apart and just put it in your bag, and it's just easy to maneuver around when you need to go on a gig. So I posted it on one of the drum Facebook groups. So, it's getting pretty good buzz on there. And here's the good stuff. Here's just where it begins. So, this one gentleman posted a comment saying, "Hey, I have a Camco hi-hat stand." I've been using this particular hi-hat stand for many years, and it's pretty much my go-to hi-hat stand. But I guess in so many words, he gravitated to something else. So he's willing to part with this hi-hat stand, and of course, I'm looking for a hi-hat stand, and plus it's Camco. So I'm like, cool. What's your asking price? And he's like, just make me an offer. I'm like, here we go, man. Giving out numbers. Because if I say a number, the other person might get insulted, and I don't want to even start any kind of friction with anybody, especially when there's a product that I want. So I offered him $50. And sure enough, he responded. He goes, "You're a little light. How about he was looking for 75, but then he says, we'll meet you down the middle, 60, 65 or something like that." And I'm like, great, I'll take it. So cool. He gives me, he tells me to send him my number. So then he says that he'll call me the next day. And I'm like, okay, whatever, man. But this gentleman, I don't want to say his name because I'm still trying to weasel my way in that world. Well, let me just continue with the story. I don't want to miss anything. So he calls me back the next day at the time that he said he was going to call, which is A+ in my books. I'm like, good. This seems to be a pretty stand-up guy, man. Somebody that I can trust. So we talk on the phone, and we talk about the hi-hat stand, and he's telling me the backstory, and then he gives me his address. I'm like, cool. So I get ready, and I head on out there, and it's not far from the professional drum shop in Hollywood. He's in the Los Feliz area. I'm not gonna give out the address, so don't worry. But like I said, I'm not going to tell you, his name. And I'm not really familiar with this area. I've been out there. It's over by Griffith Park. There's your landmark. And I haven't been out in Griffith Park area in years. And apparently, from when I was driving out there, I'm like, when I'm getting close to his address, I'm like, hey man, this is a pretty ritzy little environment here. So it's going up a hill a little bit. I'm not going to mention anything about the area. Like I said, it's the Griffith Park area. So I'm going up the hill, and I'm like, man, this is like almost like the Hollywood Hills type of thing. I'm like, wow, okay. Get to his pad, man, and he invites me inside. I'm like, all right, cool. Offers me a cup of coffee. No, man, I'm already pretty much caffeinated up, man, but thank you, thank you anyways. So I get into the main room, the living room or dining room, whatever it is, the living room, I think. It's a piano, whole bunch of drum equipment. Everywhere, and a pretty cool drum set. I think it was a DW drum set right there in the main living room. I'm like, oh, dude, this cat is something else, man. This guy, might be, somebody of with a name attached to it, And then there's this other room. I didn't go in there. I didn't, I'm just a guest, man. I'm just here to pick up a hi-hat stand. And apparently this room is like a storage of all his gear. I didn't peep in there. I just kind of looked and there's a lot of stuff in there, And we talked for a little bit, and I mean, I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, there's this view, there's view of the city of Los Angeles, and I'm like, oh my God, man, what a view, dude. So, but yeah, to make the long story short, yeah, this guy is a pretty successful drummer in the music industry. Has worked with huge names in the business, in the music business. And man, I asked him if he has any cymbals, like because I'm looking for hi-hat cymbals. He brings this out, and he was telling me a story about that he actually went to the Sabian, because they're Sabian cymbals, 12-inch. So that's a good size to get. 12-inch Sabian cymbals, hand hammered. The guy that made the cymbals has his name, like he signed it. And he says that he went to the Sabian vault just to get these cymbals. And I'm like, a Sabian vault? Well, jeez, this guy is a force to reckon with. To go to a Sabian vault, where in the heck? I never even knew one existed. So I'm like a little kid in the candy factory. I'm like, oh my God, this is the lifestyle that I want. That's the point of the story. This gentleman is living the lifestyle that I want. He is a man of respect. He is a very confident, of course, and he's respectable. He's I can't think of the word right now. But you call him up and say, hey, we need this session drummer, and he's on it. He's there. He's reliable. Like I said, he's a huge name. He's not a star. I mean, he mingles with these people. That's the kind of reputation this gentleman has. I'm gonna say he's a session drummer. Session drummers make good money. Okay, I mean, if you know what you're doing, the possibilities are endless, and the jobs they just keep coming. That's just how it is. I did not want to leave. I wanted to keep picking this man's brain, and I wanted to like interview him and get his story, talk about the stories that this guy, the people that he worked with. I mean, it's just never ending. It's just like, dude, I'm gonna have to come back here and I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about I want to get my foot back in the door, like when I used to work at the drum shop. These are the kind of people that I need to be associated with, because that leads to other people, other notable people. Your name gets out there. They see that you're in with this person, that you're kind of connected, and then once they get to know you, offers start to come. That's where I need to be. So that's why I'm slowly trying to get in there. I need to get in there because the overall goal is to quit my job at the 9-to-5 world. Well, actually 7 to 3, but still, who's counting? Same thing. So that's my story, man. And I told him before I left, I said, listen, I want to set up an appointment with you, because I want to pick your brain about the music world, the music industry. I want to hear your story. How did you get involved? I want to share your story, and I want to be a part of your world, man. Okay? I mean, because here's the thing. I'm in my element when I'm around these people. That's the operative word here. Element. I am in my element. I feel good when I'm around other artists, musicians, actors, cyclists. I feel good. I feel like I belong. I feel alive. I feel alive when I'm around these type of people. And this is the world that I want to be in. I want to be in that rock and roll world, man, of artists, influential people. So I can just keep going and going and going, but I have to end it. So there's my story from the streets here at South Bay Bike Rider Studio, SBBR Studios in Redondo Beach, California. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the story, and stay tuned for more in the near future. Thank you. Love you guys.